Sul Simmers, my name is Darth Jeswick, and welcome back to Wednesdays with the Waffles. It's almost Love Day, and Belgian had just been asked to prom by Max Villarreal. Cherry was finishing up her latest novel, and Belgian had joined the cheer team. I'm currently taking care of Belgian's needs, because they were horrendous. I still haven't given her bedroom a makeover, but we will at some point in this episode. And boy, is there some tea and a little bit of drama in this episode, and it all starts with a visit from none other than Bob Pancakes. I didn't even invite him over. He showed up to our house at 3 a.m. While he was waiting at the door, he gave a sexy pose, clearly in a flirty mood. I had Cherry go out and talk to him, and he seemed to take that as an invitation to come in, even though he had to glitch into my walls to do it. And before I knew it, Cherry was flirting right back. It is the day before Love Day, so maybe Bob is feeling a little lonely. I really hope that Eliza has some sort of tracking device planted into his phone, because he's gonna be in a lot of trouble. I also did not plan this kiss. I was just sitting here, I swear. Even Cherry is shocked about what just happened, and is giving him the side eye, as this man stands over here taking selfies at his girlfriend's house. I thought we told him to go back and work things out with Eliza. Bob looked upset about something, and then I randomly got a pop-up from Bob asking if he could stay here for a few days because of issues at home. I told him no, again. At this point, I decided to play along with the flirting and see where things would go, although I don't think Sims will woohoo autonomously. And as it turns out, they can't woohoo anyway because this house seems to have some rooting issues, so I think it might be time to build a proper house and move out of the tiny home, now that we have around 55,000 simoleons. Or make this house into a proper home, I really haven't decided yet. Anyway, Bob refused to leave when we sent him home, so Cherry yelled at him to go home and seriously think about his relationship with Eliza. She even gave him a list of reasons, but Bob just wasn't having it. Eventually, Cherry just got tired and went to bed, and then Bob finally left. The next morning, Belgian was eating her breakfast and stressing about exams. Teens tend to do better on their exams when you send them to school alone. So Belgian, make me proud. I expect you to come home with an A today. She also completed the first level of the goal-oriented teen aspiration. Cherry was in pretty bad shape from her talk with Bob last night. She was smelly and hungry, so I helped her with those needs. We also discover that Cherry dislikes summer strut music. Belgian was apparently decorating for the Love Day dance and vowed to make it the best dance ever. That is before someone ruined it, which made Belgian incredibly sad. Cherry then went for a run, which maybe isn't the greatest idea after you just ate, but hey, it's The Sims. Cherry also noticed this strange tree by the Willow Creek. She viewed it a few times, but nothing really happened. Maybe she just isn't meant to discover the secrets of Willow Creek. She then played around in the rain for a little while, before returning home to dry her clothes. But she couldn't get that tree off her mind, so she wrote a mystery book called Secrets of the Waffle. Belgian returned home from school right as Cherry was sending her book off to be published, and despite receiving an A in school, she seemed miserable. She was literally dragging her feet around, because she had a bad moodlet from having a mood swing. Since it was Friday, I allowed her to take a break from doing school-related skill building and let her play video games. Cherry's phone started ringing. It was Eliza, asking if her and Bob should try for a baby, and wanted to know what Cherry thought about it. Cherry told Eliza that her and Bob should totally try for a baby. Eliza keeps asking me that, and right after Bob was over too. I needed a minute to recover from that, so I decided to remodel Belgian's room. It's all purple and cozy, so I love it. I bought Belgian a yoga mat to start working on her wellness skill. I'm still torn on what I want her to do when she grows up, but I'm leaning towards giving her one of the spa day aspirations. She then went inside to practice her dance moves for prom. Then it was time for the cheer team day at school. I could not figure out how to change her into the cheerleading outfit, so we're just gonna roll with her workout gear. I thought this was supposed to be a competition. These guys seem too intimidated to move next to Belgian's performance. Or more likely, they are broken and need to be reset. That's right, guys. Give us absolutely nothing, not a crumb. I waited for them to do something, anything, but Belgian was just over here crushing the competition, only to get a big old 0 for a competition score. How is that fair? Belgian was about to storm off the field, when finally the other cheerleaders started their performance. It was okay, and I wish I could have seen who the winner was, but these events last for so long. Belgian decided to introduce herself to the girl on the opposite team. She was from Brindleton Bay, and her name is Evie Delgado. They talked about their shared interests for a while before it started to get really late and we went home. This guy was just waiting for someone to take his picture, but I don't see any other parents here. You would think they would come to support their kids. Belgian went straight to bed once she returned home. Prom was tomorrow and she needed her beauty sleep. The next morning, Cherry was up early. She was upset that Love Day didn't really go well. So Cherry did what she does best and wrote a book called Broken Heart Waffles, the tragic tale of a broken waffle maker that only made half hearts. Speaking of waffles, Belgian got some leftover chicken and waffles for breakfast. Then she did some extra credit work for school, checking her phone occasionally to see if Max had texted her. Belgian went into her room and chatted with some friends on the computer before Cherry called her out to the living room. Cherry wanted to have the talk with Belgian, being that it was prom night. Belgian's responsibility rose to the range of earning the trade, and Max finally asked her on a date to the park in Willow Creek. When she arrived, Max was already there, so they talked about yesterday's exams and flirted for a few minutes. There is a rollerblading rink here and neither of them had tried it before, so Belgian suggested they go together. They fell a lot and they didn't really end up skating together, but it was still a fun date. She was sure that her and Max would end up boyfriend and girlfriend by the end of the today. She was even daydreaming about their future kids' names, Maple if it's a girl, and Blueberry if it's a boy. Eventually the date was over, but prom was in just a few short hours, so she had to start getting ready. Cherry welcomed her home and Belgian told her all about how well her date went. Belgian then went to the bathroom, took a quick shower, applied a facial cleanser, and brushed her teeth. Her friend Amy Prescott came over for a few minutes for a pre-prom gathering so the girls could put on their dresses together. And Amy's mom absolutely hates us. I'm not sure why, but it probably has something to do with Amy not being here. But at least Max is here, so that's really all I care about. I tried to have them dance a little, but they both seemed to be hungry so they grabbed something off the buffet. I thought I was going to get a cute screenshot of them sitting together, but no, the principal sat down, telling us that we needed to leave space for Sim Jesus. Belgian voted for Max for prom royalty, and her good friend Nanami Ito for prom jester. For the life of me, I could not get them to dance together, and Belgian would not set this plate down, so I'm guessing that was the problem. Then Max ditched us at the prom. Belgian went outside to look for him, and well, I think they're dancing, but what the hell. Belgian went and talked with a friend while she waited for Max to get back. When he returned, he apologized for leaving, and the two took photos together in the photo booth. I'll hang it up in Belgian's room once we get back home. Mrs. Prescott then announced Max as the prom royalty and Nanami as prom jester. I tried having them dance again, but everything seemed to be glitched. I'm honestly surprised that I was able to do anything at all while I was here. Even though I completed all the requirements for prom on the event bar, none of them counted towards having a good prom, so Belgian was upset. But she still got invited to the Copperdale Pier for an after party. She brought Max along with her in the hopes of riding the cuddle carts together. I had them talk and find out each other's interests. And eventually Belgian confessed to Max that she had a crush on him. They went and rode the cuddle carts, but then I got this pop-up. We chose the keep flirting option, and ultimately it all went right over Max's head. So he's clearly not that interested in Belgian, or this was just a high school fling. At least Belgian now knew his feelings and could move on from her crush. I was going to get her some ice cream, but there weren't any vendors there at this time of night. Belgian was extremely tired at this point, so I sent her home and she nearly passed out on the sidewalk outside the house. Belgian went straight to her room and climbed into bed, immediately falling asleep after such a long day. Cherry, however, has a full energy bar, so I decided to have her pick up all the dishes and wash them. Then I had her start writing her next book, Master of Waffles. Cherry finished her book early the next morning, just in time for Belgian to wake up for the day. I had Belgian use the bathroom and take a shower. Then I had her make some regular waffles to start getting her cooking skill up. It was the first day of summer and there was a heat wave, so I sent Belgian outside to do some more yoga. It looks like the townies also wanted to get out on such a lovely day, and many of them were fishing at the various spots around Willow Creek. It was new skill day, so Belgian got a boost to her satisfaction points from leveling up in the wellness skill. Currently, Cherry has about 66,500 simoleons. My plan for Belgian's house is to move to Oasis Springs, and I've been debating on if I should start a generational family home or keep with the tiny homes for the perks. I guess it will all depend on what happens with Belgian's future relationships. In the next episode, Belgian will graduate high school, so we'll see if she actually has a graduation ceremony. It's never happened for me in high school. Oh, and I hung up the photo booth picture. Her and Max look cute together. Old Gabby has had enough of me for today, so I think I'll end it here. But that is all for this week's episode of Wednesdays with the Waffles. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, because it really helps out. I upload a couple videos a week, so So subscribe and hit the bell button to get a notification every time I post a new video. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Dag dag.